In the previous episode, packed up my mate and his ute, and we drove 700 kilometers into the outback of Australia and ended up a little town called Cobar. Now, in Cobar, there was this beauty, a 1986 Toyota Crown. And in the last episode, I did a bunch of checks to make sure she was ready for the road. Today, we're going to hit the road and see how we made it along the way. Along with the Crown itself, we got a second Crown named Andrew. He was there for all the parts that I might need later down the trip. One of the very friendly locals helped us load her up onto the car because she was not moving with the tires that she had on there. Once we're all loaded and ready to go, we hit the road. Here we go on our maiden voyage in the Toyota Crown. I'm actually just going to head down to the local coffee shop. It's about a couple k's down the road just to see how she runs, grab a coffee. It hasn't been driven a lot in the last 12 years, according to the last owner. She's in great condition for her age, but yeah, hasn't been driven a lot. So we'll give her a little bit of a squirt, see how we go. Spoiler alert, it didn't go well. Drove the beautiful Crown down into town to get some breakfast, give her a bit of a run and see how she went. And as you can see, I am walking back. Unfortunately, she did not want to start once we had our breakfast. So hopefully it's just a mass airflow sensor or a throttle position sensor, something like that. But time will tell. So apparently cars need fuel. And the fuel gauge isn't so accurate on this one apparently. So hopefully, with our little walk that we had and a little bit of gas, off she goes. Now, crisis averted. Was showing this the whole time, and that is not correct. I was a little bit scared there that I'd bought a dud. First time we stopped and tried to start it again, wouldn't start. Anyway, I'm now waiting to fill up to the top, and I will probably be using the odometer. I've driven for about 40 kilometers now, and everything's great. Temperature looks good. Fuel, the fuel gauge says it's full, but who knows what that's doing. We're cruising at about 100 kilometers per hour, and it's sitting at around 2,400 RPM. No squeaks, no noises, no rattles. Everything looks good. Everything feels good. I'm so stoked. 9-ish hours. We've got 750 kilometers, which is about that many miles. But so far, so good. And this is the last time I would say anything positive about the Crown for the rest of the trip. So, bad news update. We are back on the side of the road, and this time it's looking more catastrophic. This was obviously a plugged job that was done before, and it is busted. It is not looking great. Fortunately, we have a donor car on the support car right at the back here. So we're going to do a bit of roadside surgery. We're going to take this radiator out and put it in there and then refill it with fluid. And so I've taken the radiator out of the donor car, and besides the spider family that was living in there, it actually looks pretty good. No cracks or holes or plug jobs or whatever. We're going to try and clean as much of that off as we can, and then this one is going to go in place of this one. This is the old radiator. Look at that. Just gunked up completely. So bad. No wonder it was overheating, and then it just popped. Pressure built up and it just burst. So this will hopefully resolve our overheating issue and we can make it more than 50 kilometers at a time. Looking and feeling pretty ragged, but we got a new radiator in, new fluid in, or recycled fluid. Everything's cooled down, back on the road. I'm actually really grateful that I know how to do these things, and that's part of this channel, is like having a go and encouraging other people to have a go. And if you have a good friend with you, stops the frustration from building as quickly. So yeah, we're gonna kind of get into the next town, check for any more leaks, and hopefully that's the last of our radiator problem. Radiator problem, yes. Car problems, no. Realize that the alternator is shot. So the alternator is not charging the battery, and so it cuts out. So on top of the radiator blowing up and being replaced, the alternator wasn't charging the battery and the car would just cut out after about 50 kilometers of driving. What a day. So I finally landed in a town, and the day did not go as planned, unfortunately. At the very beginning of the day, I was optimistic that I would be able to drive the 3.5 hours to the first stop, and I think we spent more time on the side of the road than we did in the car driving. And I'll update you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Need to rest. And so the Viking saga continues.
A few moments later.
Bright and early the next morning, and we've had to get rid of the parts car, and we are heading back to go pick up the car that we had on the side of the road, or that stopped on the side of the road. Hopefully when we get there, the car will be in one piece, all its wheels, not a firebomb, and we'll load her up onto the trailer, and then we're going to leg it home. Get this car onto there, and then we've got about a 6-hour drive home. Only an alternator replacement once we get home, so this is the Outback. 3 loves and 3 hates of the 1986 Toyota Crown that we've dubbed Charles.
I hate Charles is related to Andrew. Andrew was a jerk.
Andrew was the parts car that got offloaded to a wrecker.
I love the velour seats and the refrigerator in the back dash. 3 hates: the alternator, the fucking radiator, and the colour.
Not a fan of the colour.
Nah, it needs to be like champagne.
We're talking about what colour it should be, actually. Talking about like a dark green, maybe a purple, but it seems a bit pimp for me. I want to be, under the radar. Gonna have some gold wheels, I reckon. And then champagne was the colour that we kind of thought might suit best. But what do you reckon? What colour should we get it painted?
I think you should get spinning rims.
The spinning hubcaps.
Spinning hubcaps.
The one with the Rolls Royce where it like spins and it always stays the right way up.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I'm going to get it lowered, get some new rims, and I'm going to change the exhaust. Comment down below what you reckon the Crown should get, what sort of upgrades. And I'm going to keep it tasteful. I reckon, give us some ideas of what we should do with this Crown, because although it's taken us 3 days and 1,700 kilometers to go get this, with as much time on the side of the road as we did on the road, the actual saga is just beginning. Any final words?
Yeah. Next time you bring me in for a half-thought, concocted plan, even if it seems legit, and there's some nice hills, I'm busy.
If you've made it this far through the video, thank you so much. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that'd be even better. There it is. Finally got over it.